Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to Vickie's Country Home. Today we are starting a new collaboration, and this is between myself, Vickie's Country Home, Mrs. Lori at Whippoorwill Holler, Mrs. Katie at Heritage Ways, Tressa at Tressa's Stay at Home Life, Tina at Teasers Pleasers, and Mary at Mary's Nest. And this was such a great idea. We came up with the theme of why do I blank? And it sounded like such a great idea. I've got to tell you, this is one of the hardest things I've ever done on YouTube. I have had such a hard time with this. But we'll get to that shortly. So what I want to talk about first of all, what this is it's why do I blank? And what that is it's why do I do something? You name something in your life, whether it's a YouTube channel, whether it's homesteading, raising chickens, cooking, volunteering in your community, whatever it is, within reason, and tell your story about why you do it. And I know for myself, I have so many whys. There are just so many different things that I could have talked about. Now, I decided that as part of this, I surprised the other ladies, and I would like everyone to go to their channels and watch their videos. They should all be released hopefully right around the same time. And come back here to this video and tell me which one of those stories touched you the most or encouraged you the most, made you laugh the most, whatever it is. I would like you to tell me which of these ladies and why you commented that. So leave a comment below explaining that to me. And what's going to happen is once I'm going to give that maybe a week. What I want to do is I'm going to surprise one of them with a gift that I choose for them. So based on your responses, your choices, and your reasons, I'm going to go and gift one of these ladies something special. So I'd really like you to check them all out and go subscribe to them, give them some love, give them thumbs up, leave a comment, but come back here because this is going to be decided by you, not by me. So please be sure and do that. And that will be based on the number of comments. So the more, the better. Now, I encourage other people to come and leave your videos also. If you'd like to make a video explaining your why, feel free. Make a video and call it Why Do I Blank? ? Collab. Explain your part of the collaboration. Name us all there and link back to the playlist, which I'm going to put above. And you're welcome to join in. Tell us your story and just tell us what is your why do I. So now that we've got all that out of the way, now comes the hard part, because this is the part I've had this for a couple weeks. And I've been struggling with it, trying to decide what I would talk about. And again, I thought it was going to be so easy. but it's not. So the one theme I kept coming back to in all of my whys is, why do I find hope? That sounds funny, but why do I find hope? And the reason I chose that is because it runs throughout everything. Everything I do, every part of my life, there's hope. And there is one common thing in all of these, that I always have hope, first of all, because of my faith in Jesus Christ. That is just what underlays my hope at all levels. It's very important to me and to my family. So that is the top of my list. It's my faith. Why do I YouTube? That was going to be my next subject. So again, it was very hard because everything is tied together. So first of all, with YouTube, it was to prove to myself that I could. I have been such an introvert, so shy, painfully shy my entire life. Probably till I was 50 years old. I couldn't sit face to face with you and talk the first time we met. It was too painful. If I was in a room full of people, it was horrible. And my faith brought me out because God put me in a position where I had to go back to work. And the only option I really had was to start my own business. So on my 50th birthday, I started my own business. I didn't know hardly anybody. I was in a new area. We had just built our home. It was a desperate situation. I needed to go out and get customers, get clients, and start my business. I had to. So I had to overcome that pain and that shyness and go talk to people. And I had to go tell them about myself. And if I think this is hard, that was so much harder. It was so scary. It was so painful. But God gave me the strength and I did it. I actually started to enjoy it, as funny as that seems after all those years. But every step of this, I know that God had a reason for putting me in that situation. And since I have found out more of the reason, although I probably will never know it all. But He put me there, first of all, to meet certain people that became very important later on. He put me in that position because by doing that, I started volunteering in the community and very heavily with nonprofits. I worked with one nonprofit that raised funds for women and children charities in the area. I also was on the board of the domestic violence shelter. That was a very personal one for me, and I was on the board for a while, and I was chair of the board for a while. There's so much need. But every time He put me in a situation, there were people that needed to connect with each other. So throughout, I was being used to help other people in other ways, where the only thing I did was just basically connecting. And I know that that is part of my purpose of why I needed to overcome this. So it was very much, my YouTube was to help me prove to myself I could do it. because when it was suggested to me that I do this, I laughed. I said, nobody wants to listen to me. Why would I do this? Why would I put myself out there? And now I think I know why. Because the connections have been amazing and the people. Which brings me to one of my other, under starting my YouTube, why that gives me hope and why it's part of Why Do I? Because of the friendship and the community I found here. I never imagined it. I never imagined that there would be anything like this, and I'm so blessed. And it's why I connect with my subscribers, why I answer you and try and talk with you, because to me, that's so important to me. I also love it because we exchange ideas. I make videos and I make recipes and do other things, but so do other people, and we're sharing this knowledge and information all over the place, all over the world. So that's another reason why I do YouTube and why it gives me hope. Because with all of the negatives out there, this is a big positive. You have your trolls. Don't give me, I have trolls. They actually make me laugh usually because it's kind of pathetic, but also it's sad, because if that's the only good thing they have in their life, that's sad. So YouTube was also part of Why Do I Find Hope. My next would be my neighbors and my friends. I have been so blessed since moving to this community. And we are so scattered. Some of us miles and miles apart. But it is such a supportive community, such loving friendship. I've had times that were very, very difficult. And I can pick up the phone, and within a few minutes, somebody's coming from miles away to help me. And I don't have any family here. Well, my sister's moving here very soon. But up till now, I've had no family close by. So to have people that care that much is something you just don't find, and it's very, very, very special. And that gives me a lot of hope. My next would be my family. And more than anything, my family gives me hope. I'm going to cry. We've been through some very difficult times. I lost my son in 1999. Next week will be 19 years. That was very hard, but family holds us together. So no matter how difficult it was, my faith in God and the love of my husband and my family got me through it. And my son was from a previous marriage, so it was my son, but it was our son. We never made a difference like that. And then, how many years ago is it? Brian's daughter, Jill, our daughter, Jill, passed away. And you never think you're ever going to lose a child before you're gone. We've lost two. Neither one was their fault. Neither one was our fault. My son was a side effect of prescription medication, and Jill was from lymphoma cancer. So again, my family, Shayna and Brian especially, have gotten me through this, have gotten Brian through this, and gives me hope. And a lot of that hope comes because I know I'm going to see them again. I know that. But it was difficult. So I find hope that no matter what difficulties we've gone through, we're still together, we're still a family, we're still supporting each other. And when I said earlier about my neighbors, that was one of those times that they came running. So this was such a hard video. So yes, I find hope. Why do I find hope? Because faith in my God, the Lord Jesus Christ, faith in this community that has, in spite of all the negative things out there, brings so much positive to me and to other people. Faith and hope in my neighbors and friends, and faith and hope in my family. So this is why do I find hope? So I hope I didn't scare you away. And I hope this isn't too long. But if this was encouraging to you, if it helped you, if it touched you, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with your friends. And especially go check out these other beautiful ladies out here who are making videos, and anyone else that chooses to, because this is your chance to tell your story. This is your chance to reach out and let people know who you are. Because we sit behind these cameras and we can put on a facade. We can show you whatever we want. But I think it's very powerful if we share who we are and why we do this or whatever we do. Thank you for watching, and God bless, and we'll talk again soon.